Over the years, I've run this course a few times, both online and in person, and there's some common questions that we get asked all the time. For this section, I've asked my tech geek Carl to come along so that we can discuss some of those common questions that people typically ask when they're choosing their first device. It's good to note that this is our opinion and our opinion only, but this is the kind of advice that we'd give our friends or our family if they were choosing to buy a new device today. So Carl, we've got laptops, tablets, smartphones. How do I know which one's right for me?
The big thing to consider is figuring out what you're going to be using your device for. But consider these things. First of all, the smartphone is smaller, more portable, and you can do a lot on it. You can connect to the net, do some basic things on it, but it's difficult to type on the screen. It's difficult to look at notes, yeah? The next one is a tablet, and the tablet's got a bigger screen. And I love using tablets to watch movies, lie in bed, read the news in the morning, but it's not so great, again, like a smartphone for typing notes and whatnot, because you're typing on a screen. It's not as good as a keyboard. And that's where a laptop comes in. A laptop has a keyboard. You can use a mouse. You'll be a little bit more accurate and get more work done. So that's where the laptop sits.
So it's really about having a think about what you're going to use your device for and what you're trying to achieve.
Big time. That's what it's all about. I do recommend starting with a smartphone because you want to get all those basic functionalities and it can get some of that stuff done. But I myself use all three.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that too. This next question I get asked a lot. And the question is it always best to buy the most expensive device?
Interesting question, that. I personally prefer to use the latest technology, but that's my job. I want to tell you guys about all the cool stuff that's coming out. If you're someone just getting into using smartphones and smart devices, you never need the latest one unless you can afford it. The best bet is aim for last generation high-end phone, or maybe even go back 2 generations, but never go back 3. That's too far away. And what you're going to get is a smart device that can do 95% of what you can do with the latest gen ones. So that's my recommendation.
So I guess you think about it like when you buy a brand new car. As soon as you drive it off the lot, the value depreciates straight away, and what you're getting for your money is probably quite comparable to the year before for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, bang on. Incremental increases. So you might get a slightly better camera and slightly more powerful phone, but overall, last year's one or the year before can still do almost everything exactly the same. So you'll be all good.
That's good advice. So I've bought my new device. I'm really excited. How long should I expect it to last?
That's a question for the ages. A couple of things to note. Is your device is going to get old and out of date, and that's from a technology point of view, way sooner than it actually breaks down. So this isn't about money grabs from companies. It's just the nature of where we are and how devices are moving forward. So don't expect it to last more than 12 to 24 months and look to be upgrading within that time period.
That's exactly why we've put a minimum specification on our course around what sort of device you should use. Often we'll have people come to the live course and they've had a device sitting in a drawer for 2 or 3 years, and what they find is that the memory and the storage is too small on it. It's not compatible with modern day apps.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you'll find out.
So if the tech's too old, it's actually not going to work with modern software.
Exactly. And you don't want to be the person missing out on all the latest updates. And there's a point where operating systems, the heart and soul of your phone, will just stop working.
It's good to know. Our last question today. Does brand matter?
Brand. Way to think about it is everyone has their personal brand they might be familiar with. Smartphone manufacturers often have a UI, or the way you interact with your phone, in a certain way, and that's why a lot of people stick with the brand that they're familiar with. If you're getting into this for the first time, I recommend going for a major brand. And the reason for that is more people have it, so therefore more people can help you. Also, if you're looking for help online, there's more information about it. If you go for a cheaper brand, you may save a couple of $100 or some money, But the downside is the support's way more lacking. So if you start having problems, it's going to be harder for you to figure it out or see what it can do. So as a beginner, aim for the top brands because you're more likely to get support.
It's a really good piece of advice, is where you ask 100 people about what the best brand in, say, smartphones are, and you'll get 100 different answers. But if you find one that's common enough, you're going to always be able to find someone who's familiar with the phone, who knows how to use it, and is going to be able to help you.
Yeah, you may be paying a slight premium to get one of the more recognizable brands, but it's going to pay off in the long run, especially when you get the most out of it.
That's great advice. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Thanks for your insights, Carl. Hopefully, this discussion will help you make the right decisions for you. Remember, it's all about personal choice. Make sure that you make an informed decision, read a few reviews, ask some people, and choose the device that you're going to get the most out of. To help you, we've created an activity where you're going to consider the different strengths and weaknesses of a laptop, a smartphone, and a tablet. By doing this exercise, you're going to be able to just think a little bit harder about what sorts of things do you want to get out of your device and how will you use the device. And then down the track, you're going to be able to make a smart decision about the right device for you.